Hey y'all, it's Emma, the Afro Queer Coach, and I have a quick little video about how I ground myself or kind of catch my breath after a period of exerting a lot of emotion. And as an empath, speaking from that part of me, after a period of kind of processing and being around a lot of other people's emotions, I just wanted to make a quick video of how I kind of come back to hearing my voice and reconnecting with my spiritual voice and with my purpose. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm sitting here near my altar. So this is something that my wife and I have put up. It's an ancestral altar. So we have pictures and things that remind us of some of our ancestors, people who we've loved that we've also lost. And it's where we come to reflect, and really a spot in our home that I feel makes it very easy to connect with my spiritual voice and to receive spiritual guidance. So that's where I'm working from today. Again, I apologize. My cat will be in every video that she can possibly be in. So what I want to talk about is three things in particular that I do after I've exerted a lot of emotional energy, and have had to carry a lot of emotional weight. And it's something that helps me kind of clear out everybody else's voices and kind of find my place and how I want to move from that moment forward. So the first thing that I do, and this is something that really helps me when, especially when I don't have the mental energy to even sit there and do some real thinking. This is something I do when I need to be prompted, right? Because I felt this way earlier this week. Where I felt like I needed to be prompted to even start to think about myself and about my purpose. I just felt so cloudy, and I just needed something. I needed some kind of push, some kind of external message to like kind of get the wheels going. So I pulled a tarot card, and the deck that I use is it's this one right here, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and I like it because it has a lot of, it has a heavy African influence. It's influenced by a lot of the culture and the history with the Voodoo community in New Orleans specifically. So it's definitely something that I learned from a lot. Makes me really interesting. But yeah, so I pulled a card, and I use this card to just kind of help me contemplate, help me find something to think about that can reconnect me to my root, reconnect me to what is important for me. So I pulled that card. That's not the same card that I pulled for myself earlier this week, but I kind of wanted to show you all how I go through the process of using this card to spark that internal dialogue that I'm looking for, to spark that spiritual guidance that I'm looking for. So yeah, I pulled this card, and what I really like about this deck is that it has contemplations. Like, I still read from the book, and I go in there and I read the contemplation verbatim. It's just something small to think about. So for this card right here, which is Rada Air Nanambuklu, the contemplation is creation through the principle of 0 = 2. So it's asking you to kind of shift your perspective from seeing nothing, and from that nothing seeing the possibility, not just for something beautiful to emerge, but for multiple beautiful things to emerge. So it's kind of this card is based on kind of a creation myth of somebody who bears twins, and the message there is one of possibility, of creation. And so I would read that. I would read that contemplation, creation through the principle of 0 = 2, as something that reminds me to stay open to possibility. And I would ask myself, what is possible that I don't even see? You know, what could be possible for me right now that I'm not even looking at, that I'm not even able to see, because I see that zero as nothingness, when in fact it's an envelope for incredible opportunity and possibility. So that's how I would use a tarot card to help me kind of reconnect. And that's something that I do, again, when, you know, I really need something external to push me into thinking about the spiritual work that I want to do for myself, and recentering myself. So I do have some really great tarot artists and tarot readers who I can recommend, who either make decks or read decks. And I'm not a tarot reader, but I have had my tarot read in the past year by somebody that was pretty spectacular. So I'm always happy to connect folks if that's something that you might need. The second thing is doing some visualization. So I like visualization. I'm a visual learner, and it's really easy for me to grab concepts and things like that. If I can sit there and envision it in my mind. So this is a grounding exercise. It's a very generic grounding exercise that one of my homegirls taught to me like 10 years ago. And I use this often to kind of help me come back to center and help me feel not so weightless, like I'm kind of floating in the world, you know? For me, this particular visualization is about me wanting to feel like I'm back on earth. If I've kind of been in, you know, what's a, you know, catch it world, like I just don't know where I've been, and my mind's been all over the place, and I haven't had time to just kind of, you know, feel myself on solid ground, I'll do this particular exercise. And all it is you're closing your eyes. You want to close your eyes for this. It helps, at least for me, to see the elements run through me. And I just want to envision, you know, a very thin chain, okay? A very thin silver chain, okay? And it's coming from the ceiling, or, you know, from whatever is above you, from the sky, directly from the sky. And it's going to come down, and it's going to be almost like a magnet to your body, okay? So it's going to come to your body, and like a magnet, it's going to stick to your body and contour, okay, as it works its way down. And it's working its way down to the ground, but it's going to work through you, and it's going to fit you and fit around every single curve and every single protrusion in your body. And it's going to go, and I'm sitting down right now, so it's going to go straight from me, and it's going to trace down, and it's going to catch this seat, okay? And it's going to go straight down, and then it's going to lock itself in the ground below me, okay? And this chain is going to stay with me. It's going to stay with me because it's like a magnet to me, okay? And I envision having this chain move with me, you know, as I'm going around. And when I get into a situation where I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose it again, take some time, close my eyes, envision that chain, you know, and I know, well, if anything, I am grounded, okay, because I have this to hold on to. This is my lifeline, all right, and I don't have to lose control of myself. I don't have to be weightless and floating around. So that's one. An alternate way to envision that is to envision the chain going straight directly through you, and actually going through the inside of your body and hitting every chakra center, energy center in the middle of your body and going down. That works just as well. I like doing the contour. I've also done the visualization with it going through specific chakra energy centers. So whichever way, the thing is that you're creating this lifeline for yourself that's going to keep you grounded and move with you. Okay, now the last thing that I like to do is, I think this is when I need to quiet my mind, you know? I am a Libra. I'm an overthinker, and I have a Virgo moon, so I'm just like an overthinker and like a type A at times, and it's just, it can be a mess. So what I like to do is sometimes try to be aware with my body. So I'll pick something on my body. I can pick my, just so you all can see it, I'll pick my nose, right? And so as soon as I say it, my nose starts itching. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna close my eyes again, and I am going to focus on every part of my face and work towards my nose. And when I get to my nose, I'm gonna try to move that a little bit, okay? And you can do this with your arm. You can think about every part of your arm, your shoulder, going down to your elbow and your wrist. And your goal is to get to a finger and wiggle that finger, you know, but very, very intentionally. So this can be done with any body part. I'm just gonna focus in onto my nose because it's something that you all can see, and I just don't really wanna hold my arm up to the camera. So with this, I would close my eyes. And as my eyes are closed, I want to almost trace over every part of my face and try to feel every part independently. So I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna feel on the inside, I wanna feel this eyebrow right here, okay? So in my mind right now, I'm tracing this eyebrow on the inside, and I'm imagining what that feels like. And then I'm gonna move down, and with my mind's, you know, my mind's finger, I'm tracing my eyelid. I'm tracing my eyelashes, giving my focus and attention to every piece of the process. You with me? Okay, now I'm gonna go down, slight diagonal. I'm gonna focus in on my nose. I'm gonna acknowledge one nostril. I'm gonna acknowledge the other nostril. All right, I'm gonna acknowledge the width of my nose. I'm gonna acknowledge the bone beneath. And then I'm gonna put all of my focus into moving my nose. Now I can wiggle, okay? And it looks silly and it might even feel silly, but you're doing it with intention, and that's the important part. You're putting all of your focus into what's going on. This was the most purposeful nose wiggling that I've done in quite some time. So, you know, it might feel silly, and I think a lot of times, you know, things should feel kind of silly because you're shaking yourself out of, you know, this tense and frustrating at times world, right? You're shaking yourself out of being in this place where you're holding so much emotional weight and so much emotional baggage from all the experiences that make up your life. So it's okay to feel and look silly, all right? But the point is, I had a moment there. Okay, I had a moment there. I experienced my face a little bit. So that's what that experience is. And you can do it, you know, from your thigh going down to your toes. You can do it from your shoulder moving in to your chest. You know, whichever way, the point is that you are giving you're focusing yourself, and you're starting to use that focus muscle that might get a little, you know, distracted or underused because you're kind of all over the place and having to deal with so much. So anyways, I just wanted to offer those 3 tidbits, things that helped me doing some, you know, reflection based on, you know, tarot deck or angel card deck, whatever deck you might use in your personal spiritual practice. The other thing is, you know, just visualizing this chain, this silver chain that really is like holding you and locking you to the ground so you don't lose yourself. So you know that if nothing else, you can move on solid ground, right? So that's another tool. And then the third one we just did is tracing your body and feeling your body from the inside, and with focus and purpose and intention, moving your body in a way that allows you to really zoom in to something particular. So I hope that this helped. I am still looking for ideas and suggestions of topics that I could cover. Of course, I'm going to continue covering or sharing some reflections that come up with me while I go through this journey of becoming a licensed coach and providing, just providing an avenue for spiritual guidance in people's lives. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.